Okay, that was stop. This is start. Okay. Oop, sorry about that. Okay, and now, so I feel like we pretty thoroughly covered free speech. How do you feel? Do you have any questions or any
I
layouts?
agree.
Okay. Um,
No, not at all.
the Second Amendment. What is the Second Amendment to you?
The way that I look at the Second Amendment is in original context and in case law and judicial precedents set since then. I believe that there's two separate things. There is the human right of self-defense and preservation, and there's the constitutional right of the Second Amendment. The constitutional right is just a reflection of the human right, but it's the constitutional right that identifies the legal standing. So I don't want to confuse the two. So I'm talking about the Second Amendment constitutional right as opposed to the right to defend yourself and to protect yourself and to preserve your family and your property.
Okay.
The Second Amendment allows all citizens, all relevant citizens. At the time, it didn't include women, it didn't include non-whites, but that's all changed. All citizens gives them permission to be armed, to use arms for any lawful common purpose is how it's come out. And that's hunting, and that's self-defense, and it's target shooting, and it's really it's anything. It's joining the militia to practice and prepare for the defense of a potential invasion of sorts. It is the right to be armed and to use that tool for reasonable purposes. It
So
is not a right of commerce that lets people buy anything that they want, have it in any situation without any regulation. It doesn't bar regulations or requirements. It's just a right to be armed.
okay. So we can agree. I think we're going to agree on this. That the Second Amendment is twofold, right? It guarantees the right to own and possess and control certain arms, and it guarantees the right to use said arms in certain situations in certain contexts, such as hunting, self defense, fucking I guess defending yourself from a foreign invasion as well. That could come into it. That's Poland's idea of the Second Amendment.
Well, I mean that it was a British invasion that was the main focus when it was put in. Being able to defend yourself from the redcoats. That is an absolutely valid, even if it seems a little fantastic of an idea in discussion. It is absolutely a right.
So I think we can agree that Second Amendment doesn't see race, right? People of all races and colors and creeds have equal access to the Second Amendment.
Yes, agreed.
And it doesn't see gender. Men and women equally have the right to be armed.
Agreed.
Agreed. Um, where in your opinion do you feel that the limits of the Second Amendment exist?
Commerce. I
Commerce.
think that there are regulations on what types of weapons people can have or requirements people need to meet before they can have those weapons. I believe that all of those things, they may not be appropriate. Gun control itself may not be appropriate in every situation, but talking about the constitutional argument, I don't think it is unconstitutional to say these certain type of weapons can't be owned without a particular license, to say that you have to go through training or you have to carry a license for different aspects of it. I don't think any of those laws are unconstitutional per the Second Amendment.
Okay.
They still may not be politically right. They may not be the way we want legislation to go,
So,
but at
so
the same time,
yep. I mean, we're gonna fundamentally disagree on that, and that's okay. We're not. I'm not gonna try to have a long drawn out debate about the Second Amendment. I just want to kind of find out where we disagree.
Well, the stance that comes from Supreme Court precedent. So that's sort of where I'm coming from is how the Supreme Court actually views these laws as opposed to how
Right.
sort of the social media public tends to express them.
Okay. Okay. And I want to let you know, that where I come from, my personal belief is that firearms do not belong in prisons and mental health facilities, psych hospitals and things like that. But I'm personally okay with firearms being pretty much virtually everywhere else, uh, under the presumption that the individual is responsible for the safety of the individual. Um, it's my personal belief. Do you know about a Supreme Court case called, I think it was Gonzalez versus Castle Rock? Are you aware of that?
I don't have the details. The Castle Rock name seems familiar, so I've read up on it, but I don't know it at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna link it to you here. Um, so the Gonzalez versus Castle Rock. Um, Gonza- what are we at? We're at 6 minutes. Okay. Gonzalez versus Castle Rock basically was I think it was a 2005. Yeah, it was a 2005 Supreme Court decision that basically confirmed that police officers, whether it's the military or police or whatever, that the government, whether it's federal government, state, county, city, whatever, has no right, no constitutional right, no duty to protect neither the individual nor the group. That's pretty much what it ruled down to. How do you feel about that?
Um,
I mean, don't take my word for it. Take a look. Take a look. It pretty much. Just make sure. No duty. Police took no action. The court. Dismissal of majority. It would not create an individual right to enforcement that could be considered a protected amendment under the precedent. Yada yada yada. Yeah, maybe I'm misinterpreting it, but the court's majority opinion held that enforcement of the restraining was not mandatory under that enforcement of the restraining order was not mandatory under Colorado law. Oh, we got disconnected. Hello, can you hear me? Oh, got disconnected.